In order to become a successful trader, you need an edge. You need an edge on the technical side. You need an edge on the mental side, the psychology behind trading. Two separate parts of trading that once you know how to combine them together, you will become a professional trader. At the technical side, I can tell you now, after years of practice, all you need is between 3 to 6 hours to properly learn a set of rules, a strategy that will help you become a better trader. On the mental side, the psychology behind trading, it's a different story. It takes between months and years to really learn how to manage our emotions, because once we put on a trade, our emotions get into control. So as a new trader, what I have done is just journalize my emotions. How did I manage emotions during the session? Did I experience any emotional challenges such as fear, greed, impatience? What are the techniques or strategies that help me maintain emotional discipline? And how can I improve my emotional control in future sessions? Once you start writing down your emotions and then by the end of the day you reread it, it will help you become a better trader on the psychology side. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here. Thank you very much for joining another video on my top stocks to watch for the coming week. Like, subscribe, share with friends. Let's see the charts. ALTR, very nice double bottom of the 60 area. We can mark it like this. Now, this 60 area from support, it was wide support because it was a very tough resistance. From resistance to support. Now, all we need to do is wait for validation. Initial long position, we can take above the 63 towards the 65 and then 67 above weekly close above 67 area, and we are heading towards this gap over here. And if we are lazy, we can take Fibonacci. Fibonacci shows us the way and it shows us the future support and resistance for price action. In this case, if we want to go long, we need a break above 63.30 at daily close. And then we have all the levels to the upside. In case of this double bottom scenario will fail, we need to look to the other side. And the other side is to the downside. We always prepare for both sides. We can continue short below 60 towards this gap over here. Once you see a gap, mark it, because more than 80% chance this gap will get filled. Depends on the market sentiment and where the market is going. Going to the upside, this gap will get filled. Going to the downside, this gap will get filled. And we have trend lines that helps us to identify the lower lows over here. So below 60, we are heading, continuing sliding over this yellow trend line towards this gap over here. CLF, very nice. We have here, if we go CLF and the weekly, always zoom in and zoom out to get a better point of your price action. And the weekly, very easy to see. Double bottom scenario. We still need validation. Continuation above last week's highs. We can take Fibonacci. Swing low, swing high. Fibonacci gives us all the resistance to the upside for future price action. Continuation above 1580. Then we have 1630, 17 and 18 to the upside, above 18, a weekly close above 18, and we will see 21 and 23. On the daily, it looks like this. Much more volatile price action on the daily, but it's the same thing. Above 1570, 1620, 1680 and 1730, but as we said, we need to prepare for both sides, and to the downside, we can start taking short position below 1460 towards the 14. Below 14, we will see 13 and 12. Always prepare for both sides, because frankly, no one knows what will happen next. But once we understand how price action works with trend lines and Fibonacci with high probability, we can understand where price might be heading next. In the past few weeks, we have followed DHT and we have waited for a break above 980. Now we are waiting for continuation above previous week's highs towards the upper trend line. For now, DHT is going to the upside. Now 10, 20, maybe even 10, depends on the market and depends on the Fibonacci and ATR. 10 will be our risk. And let's see continuation towards 870, above it, purple trend line. Groupon, GRPN is the ticker. Friday broke above a very tough area of resistance, the 1340 and the 13, all this area was a very tough resistance, as you can see, since middle of August. 1 month of resistance. Friday broke up and above. Now this area will become our support, and then 1640, above 1640 we are heading towards 2040 together with this yellow trend line that's holding as resistance for the higher highs since June. So let's see where Groupon is heading. We also can take, and we can clearly see that we have a broadening formation on Groupon. Rivian, we have double bottom scenario of this area, the 1940, 20. Now continuation above 2430, which was a very tough resistance over here in the beginning of September. Since beginning of September until September 18, it was a very tough resistance, all this area together with this yellow trend line. Continuation above previous week's highs, and we are heading towards the 2580 and then this yellow trend line to the upside. Roku, we have been following this name in the past few weeks. We are waiting for a bounce validation. As you can see, this trend line held the higher lows since December of 2022. 10 months of an uptrend. Bounce over here, bounce over here. Now we are waiting for validation for a bounce over here. We will start taking our long position above 72, managing our risk according to Fibonacci, trend line, and ATR. If you don't know how to use ATR for your risk management, you're more than welcome to check Fibonacci-Traders Academy playlist. 25 videos, free on the technical side and the psychology behind trading. One of those videos is how to use ATR properly. So before you take any other paid service, check it out. Once you finish the free Academy playlist, and if you want to take your financial freedom in your own hands, you're more than welcome to join Fibonacci-Traders one-on-one live mentorship or the online program. Both programs pre-recorded with me, lifetime access, support, guidance until you will become a better trader, a profitable, successful trader. Both programs available in English or Hebrew. Both programs, we have special discounts because we want to be the most efficient preparations for 2024. So check it out. STLD, we are waiting for a break above this major resistance area, above the 111. We are heading towards the 114, then 121. Uber, why I always say trend lines are the true support and resistance. Check out Uber, perfect example. Resistance, then became support. Now we have this trend line also that helps us to identify the lower highs. So we have some kind of consolidation on Uber. Let's see, short below the purple trend line, 2-3 days below the purple trend line, and we can start taking our short position towards 37. Break above the yellow trend line, where price might be heading next. We don't need to guess. Why? Because we have Fibonacci. We take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, above the yellow trend line, 49.40, above it, 58 will be the next major resistance. FRO, Frontline Inc. If you are a pattern trader, pattern seeker, we have cap, handle, but Fibonacci traders, we don't follow caps, we don't follow handles, we don't follow patterns. All we care about is price action and Fibonacci supports and resistance, Now above 1880, we have all the levels to the upside. We can also take trend lines to help us identify where price might be heading next. Next resistance above 1880, this area over here, the 20.8, together with this yellow trend line. And last but not least, PayPal. If we take PayPal and the weekly downtrend until proven otherwise, but if we can have some kind of a bounce from 57 towards 64.60 and above 64.60, we have this purple trend line. It's a very nice bounce. If it will validate, we are talking around 20% bounce. And if you take a look on the daily, zoom out, zoom in, we have a double bottom of the 57. So we can start building our long position above 59.30 slowly, because the overall trend on PayPal is still to the downside. But we can start slowly. Initial long position 2 days above 59.30, closing this gap. Above this gap, we are heading towards 63. Above 63, we have this gap over here, and then 67. Even if we catch only this action, we are 12% to the downside when our risk is 57 to the downside. So we have 12% to the upside, we have 4% risk to the downside, but we manage our risk. What does it mean? Once price is closing above each and every Fibonacci level, we take our risk and we manage it. We raise our stop loss until the break even and maybe even after. Above 64, we have 72.50 to the upside, closing this gap. And we know that more than 80-85% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. We also have this trend line over here. Look how nice trend lines helps us to identify the lower highs. Look at this high. So with high probability, it will not be so easy for PayPal bulls to break up and above. But still, if we take long position around the 60 all the way towards this yellow trend line, we have set between 7 and 8% to the upside. If bulls, and then we will have some kind of retracement, another break, and then once we will break above this yellow trend line, in my opinion, we are heading towards the 72 gap. So you can watch this video once again, take screenshots, or join the Fibonacci Discord. Everything with more explanations, Q&A. You are more than welcome to join Fibonacci Traders Discord. All the links in the description below. So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share with friends, hit the notification bell, because we are going live 2 times a day, 8:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Time, until the opening bell. Stay safe.